Joining us from The Voice, from Michael Jackson's last tour, from everywhere, Miss Judith Hill. Judith, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm excited to talk to you. You were one of my favorites this season on The Voice from day one, so very, very excited to be talking to you. You got robbed on that show, but it's no big deal, right? You got it covered.
It was a blast, and I was really, really excited to be able to do all of that. I had a great time.
Yeah, but I mean, really, it's like you've got so much else going on that you're going to be fine. Or what did it kind of suck when you went home? I mean, did you feel like, man, I'm not going to get as much of this out of this as I could have, or do you feel like, hey, I got plenty of exposure, good experience, and now I'm going to go do bigger and better things?
Exactly. I felt like I got plenty of exposure and came there and did what I wanted to do, and now it's on to the next chapter in my life.
Good. You always got to keep moving forward there. Before we move on to actually what we're talking about today, I've got to ask, since every lady in the world loves Adam Levine, is Adam Levine as sexy in person? Like, does he exude? Do you almost get pregnant when you're just in the room with him?
Yes, that's right. He does exude sexy, and it was really, really cool to work with him. I didn't just get pregnant, though, looking at him, but, he's very hot. Good to know
that you're not pregnant. We're talking about 20 Feet from Stardom, which is a documentary out. I've heard great things about it. It's, getting great reviews and stuff. Plus, I'm a huge documentary guy. Tell people a little bit about what the movie's all about.
Wow, well, this film is just so awesome. It's really about the life of background singers, and it talks about, there's so many incredible women in this film, and their stories are just so powerful. Darlene Love, Mary Clayton, Lisa Fisher, and it just really goes into talking about the struggles of background singing and also the beauty of it, and how it's sort of like the unsung heroes of the business. You may hear the voices and know their voices, but you don't know their names, and they're on all the records, and so these women have just really done amazing things, and just honored to be a part of it, and it's honored to have my story included in the film. And it also talks about that 20 feet from stardom and that journey it takes from being a background singer and going into your solo career.
What are some? Are there people you can think of off the top of your head that have made that move from backup to big star? Are there?
Absolutely. Sheryl Crow, Luther Vandross are two big names of people who just were background singers and made that jump.
That's awesome. Because, I just heard an interview with Kid Rock the other day, and his backup singer for like 8 years was talking about how she loves it. And, it'd be cool to, be in the front too, but I'm also happy, doing my thing here in the back. And so it seems like one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's you kind of can be happy with it, but obviously, you'd probably want to do, be the front man, because then you can kind of go your own direction and do more of what you want. You have been, how long have you been a backup singer? Because Michael Jackson wasn't the beginning for you, was it?
I got my first real big gig as a background singer straight out of college. So I was like 20, 21, and that was with French artist Michel Polnareff. And then shortly after, I got a background singing with Michael. So, yeah, I've been doing it professionally since I graduated college, which was in like 2007.
Awesome. That's such a cool career. Speaking of Michael, what do you feel like every day? Obviously you were a huge part. You were a part of the tour, and he died, while preparing for the tour. You sang at his funeral. Very, very tight connection to the whole Michael Jackson saga. What do you think when you turn on just 5 minutes ago, I looked up in the news and it was more about the Michael Jackson AEG trial. How does it make you feel like that it just never goes away, that it's always something else? Like, are you interested in it? Do you follow it? Do you have an opinion on it? Does it make you sad? How do you feel about all the drama after his death?
Yeah, a lot of it makes me sad. My experience with Michael was such a beautiful thing and just beautiful memories, and so it's sad to hear that there's like so much drama about it, and people are still fighting over what happened. And I think that when you're such a big icon, like he was just so larger than life. It's just there's a lot of things that come with it, and a lot of people surrounding that, and it's unfortunate. But he left such a mark in history, and that will never be forgotten.
Well, I mean, that's one of those things too. It's like as a singer, not even just as a backup singer, but as a singer, I mean, you could probably die happy knowing that you've duetted with Michael Jackson. I mean, it's like if you do nothing else in your career, what an amazing story to tell your kids and anybody you run into. Like, what have you done? Like, oh, well, I used to, sing with Michael Jackson. I mean, that's just like the pinnacle of that job. I mean, even if you don't do anything else, which I think, I mean, you're going to do plenty more. Speaking of that, 20 Feet from Stardom is the film. Where can people get this, by the way? Is this something to download? Is this something to get on iTunes? Is it coming to theaters?
It's coming to theaters, select theaters around the country. It's already playing here in LA and New York, and it's going to start to roll out in all the cities in the next coming week. So definitely look out for it. Look up where it's playing it around in your city, but it's really an incredible thing to see.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. And what's in the future for you then? I mean, what's your plan now after doing The Voice, after kind of becoming a household name with so many millions of people watch The Voice, and you were obviously one of the big characters this season that people kind of got to know on the show. What are your plans from here on out?
Man, well, I'm really excited releasing my album and working on that right now, and also got some tour plans for the rest of this year. So I'm really excited to start gigging with my band again and performing, and a lot of really cool opportunities came from The Voice, so looking forward to exploring all of that, and you'll be seeing more of me.
Sometimes the Voice coaches take people on the road. Any chance Adam and Maroon 5 might take you on the road as an opener? Has there been any discussion of that?
Oh, that would be amazing. It hasn't been discussed, but we'll see what happens. I would love to continue keeping in contact with Adam.
Good. We should start the rumor that he got you pregnant. You need another rumor. Get yourself out there in the news again.
No.
Something. Are you getting? Have you noticed? I mean, obviously before you were, people knew who you were, but probably on a much smaller scale with The Voice and your name and seeing your face so much. I mean, are you getting recognized now? Has life changed for you, kind of on a day-to-day walking down the street basis?
Yeah, it has. It's so funny and crazy at the same time. I'll just be walking and people will just be like, I voted for you, or just, they all seem to know who I am. And so it's pretty weird and really incredible to know how many people are watching that show.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people, and you had, I mean, your story was so compelling, but also you have a look, too. Like, I think your parents can be credited for that, but I think the combination that they put together to create you, like, you have a very unique and memorable look that, I mean, once you see you, you're pretty easy to see again. You're not a face you would forget. You're very iconic looking. You should be an icon. Judith, why are you not an icon yet?
Oh man, well, that takes a lot of work.
You need to have Aretha Franklin open for you by the end of the year.
Oh my goodness.
That should be your goal.
That is a tall order.
I'm just saying, you got to shoot for the stars.
You're giving me some big things to accomplish here. Can we make it a little smaller?
All right, I guess maybe a little smaller. You can pick somebody that I've never heard of, but after that, then I want Aretha to be opening for you. I think you're going to be a huge. Where do you see, if you just said, hey, anything in my head could come true, what would you be doing? I mean, would you just be writing and performing your own music on the road? And I mean, where do you see yourself in like a dream scenario? Like at the end of your career, what would you like to be doing?
Exactly. I mean, I feel like I'm living my dream right now, just being able to do what I love for a living. But I definitely my biggest dream is to tour the world and play arenas and sing with my music, have my original music. And I love choirs and big productions, and I would love to see my show just get bigger and bigger and just be this amazing experience.
That's awesome. Well, I can't wait. I think that's what's going to happen. So I hope sometime I will get the opportunity to see you, or at least see a performance for you on TV or something. But of course, I will be looking forward to 20 Feet from Stardom. The movie is getting rave reviews from everywhere, and Miss Judith Hill is on tour, is coming out with a new album, so keep looking for her. She's a huge talent. Judith, it's been a pleasure talking to you this morning. Thanks for taking the time, and best of luck with all the future endeavors.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, Judith. Have a good one.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.